with us on NewsX World. With that, viewers, we're shifting focus to further updates coming in. We're now learning that Qatar's embassy in Egypt has stated that 3 employees of Qatar's Amiri Divan, its top government body, have been killed in a car crash near Egypt's Red Sea resort city of Sharm El-Sheikh. The embassy has stated that 2 others are wounded and are receiving necessary medical treatment at the city's hospital. Now, according to reports, the car carrying Qatari diplomats overturned on a curve on a road 50 kilometers from the city itself. The accident comes just a few days after officials from Qatar, Turkey and Egypt participated in indirect talks in Sharm El-Sheikh earlier this week that has led to the ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas as far as the first phase of US President Donald Trump's peace plan to end the war in Gaza is concerned. Now, the Egyptian city is set to host a global summit on Monday, which is aimed at finalizing the agreement. With that, viewers, we're tracking some other crucial developments, this time from the United States. US President Donald Trump has stated that his administration has now found a way to pay troops during the federal government shutdown and that he's ordered the Pentagon chief to do so. Trump has stated that he is using his authority as Commander-in-Chief to direct the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, to use all available funds to get American troops paid on the 15th of October. He has also stated that the administration has identified the funds to do this and that Secretary Hegseth will use them to pay the US troops. As of now, the funding sources have not been identified by Trump, or the total amount that would be used for troops' salaries. He has, in fact, made this announcement even as the US government shutdown enters its 12th day. The tussle between the Republicans and Democrats continues in the United States of America over the spending bill, particularly related to the Affordable Care Act. The Democrats contest that the insurance premiums will double. Meanwhile, Republicans are firing salvos back at the Democrats, pinning the blame on them, stating that the Democrats want illegal migrants to gain access to free health care. In the meantime, there are some reports coming in that $8 billion are likely to be moved from research and development funds in order to ensure that US troops are paid. This is the latest that is coming in. We do know that as the government shutdown continues and federal workers are furloughed, many are likely to be laid off as well. In fact, layoffs have already commenced in several crucial departments, including the Home Department, the Finance Department, the Health Department as well. There are some 300,000 federal workers that the Trump administration is already looking at cutting down ever since its endeavor began earlier this year to downsize the US government. And now, of course, with the government shutdown continuing and neither party seeming to relent, neither party seeming to wanting to come to the negotiating table and reach a middle ground, it seems that Trump has now stated that US troops will be paid. With us on the broadcast is Dr. Satoru Nagao, a fellow at the Hudson Institute, joining us from Tokyo. Thank you so much for taking our time and speaking to us on NewsX World. Donald Trump has now come out and made a very clear statement directing Pete Hegseth to use all available funds to pay American troops. And there are reports coming in that $8 billion that was unused for research and development might be diverted towards this. In your assessment, is this a wise move down the line, or is it an emergency which is necessary?
In the crisis, what kind of budget is a priority is reflecting this decision. In case of Argentina, in case of the other country, when the country faces a shortage of the budget, of course, priority is police and security forces. And in this case, the army. So that's why the firstly, priority of the budget is national defense. This is maybe common in any part of the world, and the Trump's decision is logical in this case. But at the same time, this is just a temporal. In the long run, of course, a more bigger budget to deal with many sectors of the government is needed.
All right, so I request you to stay on with us as we're tracking some other very, very crucial developments from the United States of America. An appeals court has stated that the National Guard troops sent to Illinois by President Donald Trump can stay in the state under federal control but cannot be deployed to protect federal property or go on patrol for now. This decision comes after federal judge April Perry had earlier ruled to temporarily block the National Guard deployment for at least 2 weeks, finding no substantial evidence that a danger of rebellion is brewing in Illinois during Trump's immigration crackdown. The appeals court has now granted a pause in the case until it can hear further arguments. Meanwhile, Illinois State Police has moved in to detain protesters after declaring an unlawful assembly outside a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement facility in Broadview. Protesters have gathered outside ICE premises, clashing with police decked in riot helmets and holding wooden batons. Demonstrators scuffled with officers as lines of police personnel advanced and arrests were made. Let's in fact listen in to what the demonstrators have had to say.
Protesting area, they told us we had to move, we had to disperse. We had a curfew at 6 p.m., but the sheriffs and the state police decided that they would end it at 5:30 and start making us disperse. So right now what's happening is they're all lining up, they're gonna force us down this block now. They gave us a warning about 3 minutes ago that they're gonna start throwing tear gas.
With us on the broadcast still is Dr. Satoru Nagao. Interesting developments coming in. We've in fact seen a lot of criticism of this move by Democratic governors, and not just the Democrats. In fact, the senator for Alaska has also come out and criticized the Trump administration, pointing out that sending troops from one state to the other could set a dangerous precedent. Is this and what we're seeing then justified or an overreach by the Trump administration?
Indeed, this is a little bit ironical situation. The demonstrators' target is President Trump's decision to deploy military forces to maintain law and order. Despite this, if this demonstration violates and destroys many around it, in this case, police cannot deal with and they need the army's support. This means that this demonstration against Trump will prove the needs of the Trump's decision. So that is a little bit ironical situation indeed. So which side will prove their decision is rely on their activity from now.
All right, sir. With that, I would like to thank you for taking our time, sharing your perspective with us on NewsX World. With that, viewers, we're shifting our focus away from the United States of America towards Mexico. In Mexico, devastating floods and landslides have killed at least 41 people after days of relentless rain. In the city of Huahuachiang, rescuers continue to search through the mud and debris for survivors. Entire neighborhoods have been submerged, with homes destroyed and roads cut off as emergency crews struggle to reach isolated areas. Let's in fact listen in to the difficulties that some of the residents are facing.
Nuestros niños estaban con tos, con gripa, y ahorita estaban en tratamiento, toda la medicina, todo se fue, todo el tratamiento, no tenemos nada.
Y ya mi hijo me trajo por ahí, así entramos allá y vemos ya no hay ni casa, no hay ni muestra, ya no hay nada, todo se arrió la casa, no hay nada, ni bloques, ni nada, no hay nada. Entonces nos dedicamos a buscar a la orilla del río allá, no pedí a nosotros y ya los llevamos por allá donde mi sobrina y mi sobrino Ellos andaban buscando polla y la encontraron allí enterrada en la mera esquina del
deportivo.
Del deportivo. En la esquina ahí la encontraron que vio un cuerpo que estaba ahí. Entonces no lo tocó, nomás lo vio.
Pues desgraciadamente ocurrió la desgracia de mi sobrina. Sí, entonces estamos ahorita aquí pendientes, aquí ya saquen sus cuerpos de ellos el jueves en la noche. Como las 9, 9:30, por ahí ha sido pasado lo que pasó. Ay, pues que nos apoyen de perdida con los gastos para ellos. Desgraciadamente no contamos con los recursos.
Shifting focus to Southeast Asia, Philippines Coast Guard